he's like, easy, but it ain't bad. Like, you gotta do the music.
If it's not K-pop, he's like, well, I like this movie. He likes it.
I don't think I ever sat down and really listen to K-pop.
Look, people are getting on now. It's already.
Yeah.
Here we go. Ready, guys? Live from beautiful downtown Hialeah at everybody's favorite comic book shop, the Goblin's Heist. Tonight, special guest, artist extraordinaire, Andre Labrada. Give it up for Andre Labrada. Man, that's exciting. Also hosting tonight will be FWACATA when he gets in here when he's ready. And our host to the most, the one and only, the lovely, the talented, Mr. Juan Navarro. Give it up for Mr. Juan Navarro.
It was always
get the people going.
You never
love
get
it.
start.
Love it.
Alex Calvo's already like about time. Like what?
Yeah, man.
We already know we don't come on 9 o'clock sharp. We come on Cuban time. Somebody always say 9-ish.
Yeah, 9-ish.
9-ish. This is 9-ish. 9-ish is.
We put the commercials in the beginning.
Yeah. With all the other ones and everything else. Hey everybody, it's another Thursday at Comic Review Show. I'm joined with Andre Labrada.
Hey.
So tell everybody a little bit about yourself, Andre.
Comic book artist, graphic designer,
Bullfighter.
Lambada dancer.
Labrada. We all know that. I mean,
born, raised, Hialeah.
Yeah. I always tell people, like, because they'll see that your Noctera cover, or they see something we have. I'm like, it's an artist here. And and they're like from Miami, like,
here.
And I go from Hialeah, like they're like, oh shit, like it's like I think we're like, are we like one of the two? Because I mean, who else is Adelso Corona? Does he live in Hialeah? No, right?
No.
Adelso lives like in
No. I think like legit. I think we're
the only two Hialeah guys.
Yeah.
Miami, there's other guys because there's Jeff.
John Paulione is from Hialeah.
John Paulione, but he passed away. But yeah, John Paulione was from Hialeah, supposedly.
He went to Hialeah High, him and his brother.
Yeah, I can't believe I never like bumped into that guy because I think. Well, no, he was in his 50s, right?
Yeah, he was older. He's a Silver Fox guy.
Damn, John, you didn't know him? I think John went to the bathroom. Yeah,
There was a memorial session for him at the Florida SuperCon, and I learned that he was in the first graduating class at New World. And his brother showed pictures.
I'm surprised Jude doesn't know him because Jude was there at the time of New World. Or my brother did.
Probably did then. His brother said that they grew up in Hialeah. Showed pictures of them growing up in Hialeah. I think then moved into like other parts of Miami or something. But
yeah,
no, they were Hialeah kids, and they went to Hialeah High.
Yeah. So there you go. Hialeah has a proud tradition of 3 comic book artists. You know, at least recently. And then Miami overall, you got Kenny, you got
tons of people.
Jeff DeCal, Adelso would probably be in there. Adelso was the anchor on Spawn Gunslinger. Jose Varese.
What was the first comic book you ever did?
I think like officially published. It was The Gun.
The Gun.
The Gun 2.
I have a copy right here.
Yeah.
You want to check out the art?
There you go. Well, that cover wasn't on my
This wasn't Labrada's cover. We don't have any of your covers left.
Yeah. That was Daniela.
We don't have any covers left.
Here, show the extent
here.
This
old stuff. Jesus.
No, but it's still amazing art.
It's still good. It's still something that when people
really,
open up,
really
they talk
your
about
work.
when they come to the
But
store.
now we're talking like what, almost a decade.
But
right?
the colorist who hit this book did a very nice job.
Yeah.
Julio Valle, another artist
Yes.
from Hialeah. So there's there's 3 of us that are living in Hialeah, comic book artists, 3.
Actually,
And then Jairo's another one, but he doesn't live in Hialeah. Now he's gonna live in Hialeah.
Actually, you know who did the colors on this? And I'm very impressed by the way she did it, Daniela.
Daniela did it, yeah.
Daniela did the colors on that book.
She's awesome.
Really,
she's not crazy.
Really, really talented young lady.
Yeah.
I wish we could do some more work with her.
She's too busy managing City Place because that's what she manages, the Doral City Place. She does all the graphic design and all this stuff there.
Oh, really? Cool.
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah, she's very
She's
good.
still doing stuff. She's doing a Twitch channel and everything else.
Shout out to her.
And then you showed this off?
No, not yet.
Okay. So this is the Comic Core Promotions exclusive cover of Noctera #1 by Andre Labrada and Daniel M. Chavez.
Yep.
Exclusive Virgin variant cover.
I love you to death, Andre. That guy, that colorist killed you.
We're gonna, dude. We were talking about it the other day, man. Because we love your work, and we know your line work, you know your shit, And it seems like, and I'm looking at the detail. It's not bad, the detail, but he just killed your line work. He killed it. It's too muddy. Or this could be the other thing, John. When they sent it to print, they didn't do what they did.
No. I know printing.
That is.
I know printing. That has nothing to do with printing.
Because look how like the saturation.
Full coloring over the line work. There's no line work. You don't even see line work. You see any line work? You see line work, Labrada? Yeah. Where's your work at? I just see a guy covering your work.
Yeah, but it was awesome. It's still a great cover.
Yeah, it's still a great cover. It could have been stronger, but we blame the colorist, not you. We worship you. We're not worthy. We're not worthy.
He's a South Florida guy too.
No, I'll punch him in the nose when I see him. Do not cover your penciler or inker's work.
Watch a guy walk in and say, "Hey, is this the Goblin section? Are you John? Like, come on, let's go, bro."
He does.
Actually, yeah, that is the
he
cover.
He colors comics and he's an MMA fighter. We forgot to tell you.
He does some Ninja Turtle stuff actually. Recent. Daniel Chavez.
Oh, another Hialeah comic book artist, Josh Shaw.
Yeah, so
he's a Hialeah boy. He's a Hialeah boy.
And very few people know this. FWACATA, he's a comic book artist if he wants to be.
When he wants to be. When he gets his act together.
Yes.
He has held a pencil and made marks.
Yes.
Yeah.
Before.
By the way, these two covers are collar number 9.
Caller number 9?
Haven't done that in a while.
Ah, okay. So caller number 9, you're gonna get these two covers
signed by Andre Labrada.
Signed by Andre Labrada.
And believe it or not, that cover that he did for the gun, that gun cover is very, very.
I gotta put the phone number in. 786.
Yeah, good luck.
717 6050. I got the phone right here.
You have the phone there? Okay.
And the Noctera stuff's sold out now.
Yeah.
I think.
It's already sold out.
Is that a number 1 Noctera?
That's a number 1.
Yeah,
number 1 Noctera. Yeah.
And number one Noctera on the regular is going for $20, $20 to $30. There's the special version variant, limited to 500. It's signed by Andre Labrada with the certificate on the back. Yeah. So, what more can you ask for? Get it now.
Caller number 9.
Caller number 9 gets it. Anyway,
more likely it's gonna be Alex Cobble. Oh look, and it starts.
You got Goblin's Heist. What's your name?
Number 9.
No, is this Rick?
Yeah.
Nah, man, you're not calling. You know what you are? You're a loser! Total loser!
They love it.
Man, I haven't done that in a while.
Yeah, it feels good, right?
I almost pulled something on that one. I haven't done it in a while. I gotta warm up before you go.
You gotta warm up, but it feels good, just berating our.
Because everybody else calls us a loser all the fucking time.
Yeah. I guess.
Every time I open the store, some guy just drives by, loser.
Yeah. Well, let's review some books, guys.
It's on the wind. I don't know. Which one should we start with?
I think we should review Noctera.
Noctera? Well,
that's old as shit.
That's done. Everybody knows it.
That's done? Okay.
Special guest choice. Which one do you want to go into? You want to go into this one? Because we were all
let's go. Yeah.
Let's go into that one. Because this is the elephant in the room. This is the one we all were talking about.
That's the big,
Dark Knights of Steel #1.
Oh, I read that one.
So all of us read it.
I think we all got
I think we all went in with a certain idea in our head, and we were all pleasantly surprised. Yeah. I think we all went and said, "Oh, what the fuck?"
We thought it was gonna be super safe.
I was ready to roll my eyes.
I don't think there's anybody who read the title and was just like, this is just gonna be some medieval with a face paint of DC.
Yeah.
And
the characters are their own. They stand alone.
Yeah, they didn't just transplant characters. They created a world.
Oh yeah,
it's like a whole other universe. Yeah. Like they took the time to really twist things.
Yeah.
It's not just like a history thing with Etrigan or something. No, it's its own thing.
Alex Cobble. Fawad is a world famous actor. They don't want you to be an artist.
Yeah, I do have family in Pakistan, so technically I am world famous.
Yeah.
World. Speaking of the world, I don't know, have you guys read a lot of Elseworlds medieval DC stuff though? Because me being a DC kid growing up, there's not really anything all that new about this. I mean, I liked it, but for me it's just par for the course. I like that they didn't fuck it up because there's actually been a number of pretty good. When DC does medieval stuff, they do it pretty good. You mentioned Etrigan. Etrigan's kind of their stable Merlin, Arthur,
Xanadu, all those
thing. Merlin, Arthur, Mordred. So they have a nice, strong, kind of like in the Marvel Universe, you have the Dark Knight, Dane Whitman, who, I'm not going to say nothing. So Dane Whitman, and he's the equivalent, basically. Etrigan, Jason Blood. So DC does delve into the Middle Ages at times in a fairly capable way.
Book not too long ago. I remember what it was.
But there's been Elseworld stories where Superman and
There was
Batman were in the
one
Middle
where
Ages.
like the Joker was a dragon, and Batman was a knight or something. I remember seeing the images. I don't think I read.
Well,
it.
Legends of the Dark Knight.
They did like the
that's a
story of St.
miniseries.
George. They did the story of St.
Yeah,
George.
yeah. So
But
this
with,
was
like-
functional, and it's pretty good. There's a couple twists on the Superman mythos, which are pretty interesting in this one.
Yeah.
And I don't know, the Batman design for me left me personally a little bit like, they could have done a little better with that Batman armor stuff.
On this one?
Yeah. On
Yeah.
this one.
I enjoyed
mean,
it. I thought it was.
The thing is,
No,
is
it's
that,
good.
there's just so many things that, okay, when you want to, like, I liked Alfred in this.
Yeah.
Like,
Alfred,
Alfred was
that
cool.
was
Like,
fucking-
Alfred was,
yeah.
like, the snarky butler.
Yeah.
Still,
British,
like,
yeah.
he was
cool.
doing
Night
stuff.
guy,
Like, he was
like,
with Batman.
he has
like,
his Robins,
Yeah.
and they're all there. Like, they're all there. The Robins are all there.
And they
They're all
each have
doing
their
it.
own little special powers.
Yeah.
Yeah, it had hints of being almost a literary flavor to it. Like Neil Gaiman also is another wonderful place where the DC universe goes in the Middle Ages in Sandman, different stories
Yeah.
there.
Right.
So it was pretty cool. I'll read the next issue of it. That's a
Yeah.
couple plot
It
twists
made
and
me
stuff.
care. The ending was like, oh, shit.
I do need a
Yeah.
better bad guy at this point. This was very like origin of good guy centric issue,
Yeah.
but they really need to.
Well, that's where the spice is going to be. This is where you're going to want to see the
Yeah.
issue. But
Yeah,
what's
I
the
want
Lex
to see that.
Luthor in this world? What's the Joker in this world?
Yeah,
What's, if they're going to use him?
I hope the artist put three. I think it's an Indian girl. I don't know who's
Well,
letting.
they tell you off the bat, right? It's Black Lightning. He's the magic guy.
Well, he seems
He's
to
a
be...
he's a
the
rival
Magic
king.
King.
He's a rival king.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And instead of
So
metahumans,
the
it's more
black
magical.
guy is an evil dude?
Oh, well, they are doing that black people exist in medieval England shit. Which, like, yeah, I mean, Robin Hood Men in Tights, I mean, Prince of Thieves did it with one black guy. And-
Dave Chappelle.
Well, that was Men in Tights, making fun of Morgan Freeman in Prince of Thieves.
Yeah.
I mean, okay, let's see how many black... But they do that in pop culture now, even in British BBC shows. There's like one of the shows called Cursed or something about the lady in the lake.
Yeah.
And Arthur in that show is a black guy.
Right.
So, whatever. I personally, for me, it totally breaks the world for me. Like, I can't... Just make them British, dude. I don't need...
Yeah.
And I'm a minority, so I don't need to be that represented that you put Pakistanis all over your fucking medieval
Yeah.
British shit. Like, make a good thing about Pakistan.
You heard of the Black Knight? The
The way-
Brown Knight!
The way I saw it, the way I saw it is that it's not our universe.
Right.
So it's another universe, and they can do whatever they want.
No, but this is medieval England, though. Isn't it?
No.
Yeah,
I mean,
it crashed on Earth
it's
in
a
medieval
fantasy
times.
world, so you don't know. You can suspend belief and say it's an Arthurian cycle, like the Hyborian Age, which is
Wait,
the last age of
No,
Conan.
but this is in Earth. They
But
crash land on
But it's not Earth
Earth.
1. It
Huh?
could be
Yeah.
any other Earth.
So an alternate
that
Earth
other
where there
Earth-
happened to be a bunch of ethnic diversity in Europe
Right.
in the
That,
12,
Hey,
that Earth can
600s.
develop in any other way.
Yeah.
You already want me to believe in
First
fucking people
off-
with laser beams for eyes and shit. Now you want me to
Well,
believe...
a black guy who shoots lightning could
Huh?
be king. Who's gonna tell him not to be king?
Okay, but everybody in England would be like...
Look, if more black people
I
shot
bet
lightning,
would
there'd be a
talk
lot
more-
less
I bet they
racism.
would talk more about the black guy part than the lightning part.
A lot more people would be like, it's like, you know the black guy? Oh, you mean the guy that shoots like the black guy?
Yeah, the black guy.
Like a black
Yeah.
You know
That's
what
just
makes
was
it
the most-
funny is that that's true.
That was the most science fiction part for me. But hey, it's fun. I'm with it. Let's do
The
it.
black guy
Let's-
part.
let's-
The lightning, we are like, all right, whatever.
But you know
just
they
light
did
it.
that in The Witcher too. In The Witcher, there's like they've done it. They do it a lot with brown. They love to put us Pakistanis and Indians and shit nowadays, which is something that we don't give a shit about. Like they put us all over these things. And you ask my like if my uncle or aunt or whatever. Hey, you hear that in The Witcher there's a knight and he's Indian Pakistan. Do you feel more represented? They're like, what the fuck are you talking about? No, it's Star Trek Discovery. The new guy that's half Klingon. He's a Pakistani guy, huh? You give a shit about that? Get the fuck... Nobody cares. But
Nobody
hey,
gives a shit.
it's good. The white people care. They feel better. The white people feel better. That's all we care.
Alex Calvo says Earth 5. So this is Earth 5?
Okay, Earth 5 is where ethnic diversity spread all over the world in the year 650
Well, now
AD.
they've been doing that a lot. They talk about a lot of times with ancient civilizations or a lot of stuff that you know, like the Greeks didn't just stay in Greece and that's it, and there's nobody else came in.
There were a
And
bunch of Chinese people in fucking Athens.
There's a great channel actually on YouTube where they translate ancient Chinese and Japanese scripture of travels that they've done. And they have shit from like the 1700s, 1600s of them going to Europe and being like, being in Holland, being in
Well,
England,
it's fun.
and what they were observing, and they're like, oh, the men here are very tall.
Yeah.
And they're very tall. They're really like, they're one of the first things they said. They go to the Western world, everyone's tall as fuck. Like they're all really tall.
Well, famously, there was the earliest recorded historical documents of Viking culture, and the actual recorded early medieval documents of Viking funerals, where we know that Vikings did Viking funerals, was from Arab travelers, and they were like in Russia, basically northern, so like eastern kind of Viking stuff they saw. But that's what the movie The 13th Warrior is based on. Well, the novel Eaters of the Dead by Michael Crichton is based on that historical meeting of Vikings and Arabs. And then 13th Warrior had that. And the show Vikings had the Vikings pillaging. And recently they found an Allah ring in some excavation in Scandinavia. So it did happen. I'm not saying it didn't happen.
Yeah.
I'm just saying if there was a black king of England in
Yeah,
642
one thing is like they
AD,
got there. Another thing is they became king of England. Like,
But hey, I'm
Go
with it.
full circle,
It's cool.
yeah.
The
cool
story's
thing,
cool.
they have found Norse runes in Mayan temples and Aztec places, like Aztec temples.
there you
and shit
go.
like that. And they
There's
have
one
Japanese,
lost Viking.
and there's supposedly Japanese writing and Japanese shipwrecks that they have found on the west coast of Mexico and Peru and in California.
And you know what they all had in common?
What?
Polish navigators.
Hey! See, we zagged when we could have zigged. You did good there. That was, that was a good old Polak joke.
There you go.
You can't go anywhere.
Back to
anyway,
basics.
this is really
That's
funny.
not some comic books.
I thought it was a great book. I fucking
It's
thought it was
good,
awesome.
yeah.
Yeah, like,
Chicago's
it's
Horse is
definitely an
very
awesome read. I want to read
The ending
next
is
one.
awesome too.
If you guys want this on your subscription list, please text me or DM me on Discord, and I will put it on there. I don't have anybody just yet. I have 2 people that are on there. I know more of you guys picked it up. I want to be sure so that we can get the orders right, because already orders for issue 2 are due this week on Sunday.
There we go.
All right. What's the next one?
Sure, we'll go.
Yeah, Knighted. I didn't read it. So
I read it. I liked it. It's kind of 90-ish comics, you know, the art and everything, and even the writing style. But I like those old indie 90s style comic books. It's kind of like a take on Batman, but it's in a future world where a lot of people survived what could have been like a pandemic. But millions of people supposedly died during this one. But some of them came out with like superpowers. Maybe from the vaccine or something. I don't know. But some of these people ended up with superpowers. This guy, right now that I know of, didn't. But he's a guy that works for the police department. And he's following some guy called the Knight.
Like your guy.
And
I know. Yeah. A little bit of my thing.
so that he follows this Knight guy, and something happens that he ends up having to become the Knight. I don't want to spoil it, but if you love those 90s comic books, this is what I enjoyed it a lot. It's Batman meets the mutants or whatever.
Okay.
So it's pretty cool. I enjoyed it a lot. I think it's a good pickup. So
I like some of the stuff that's in there. It is introducing a superhero world in a kind of a cool way.
it's totally different. It's something new, something fresh, and these guys are doing some good stuff with this
Does
company.
he have superpowers? Or he's like a Batman?
Not yet. I don't know.
Okay.
No.
But something, he evolves. So
Okay.
you have to read it. I don't want to ruin it. But in the beginning, he doesn't.
So this is like a new thing. It's not like...
Oh, it's a brand new book. From this company, and they've been picking up lately.
Yeah, no, it's AWA. That's Axel Alonso, who used to be the former editor-in-chief over at Marvel. I mean, the artwork is Mark Texeira.
Yeah.
So that guy's a fucking badass.
But it is kind of 90-ish. The way they paneled it and everything.
And Greg
Ghost
Hurts.
Rider in the 90s, and he was awesome.
Yeah, he did the fucking amazing stuff. And no, they did Out, and they did a couple other things like Hotel Hell and all that stuff. So it's been really cool. I haven't read it. You read it? What, no?
I never read it. No.
Oh, okay.
I'm the only one who read it, and I give it 4 thumbs up.
4 thumbs up. Let me see here. This is...
Wow, you're admitting about your 4 thumbs? You're coming out
Yep.
tonight?
Julio Valley, claim it.
This is a...
Julio, you'll like it a lot.
This, asking, this is a 12-issue series. No, it's one out of 5.
Yeah, there's 2 different covers.
Yeah.
1 of 5. There's 2 different covers.
All right.
Dark Knight
Claim
one
it.
and
I like the Dark Knight one a lot. That's a pretty cool
Yeah,
one.
it's a good homage.
No, Julio's gonna love that one.
Yeah, the pre-orders on Red Room I'm putting in also. We're going to be ordering a crap ton. I haven't finished doing Diamond. If you guys look at the comic section on Discord, I put a bunch of previews there for different stuff. Some of them have, because they're doing a really cool Zap Comics cover, variant cover. Raul sent me that today. That looked really cool. With Red Room. And everybody loves Red Room because everybody loves cartoonist kayfabe. So
I was just saying he thinks that Julio's asking for the DC one, but I beg to differ. I know that Julio's a very big indie comic book fan.
Next up on it is I'm going to put TMNT Best of April O'Neil. That also came out. I think it rounds out the whole Best of. Unless they do a Best of Shredder, I think they're going to do it. What is coming out soon is Death of April O'Neil. I don't know what that book's going to be about. And there's another one. I think it's going to be the Death of Shredder.
Ooh, Death is in. It's hot and it's selling.
So, you know, those are two series that are supposed to be coming out. I heard rumblings for. I don't know what's going on with it exactly. But yeah, so the TMNT April O'Neil, did you read it all?
No.
It's cool because it has what they do.
Anthologies?
Yeah, so they collect all the stories. So it has the original Mirage stuff. So TMNT number 2 Mirage, then TMNT April O'Neil micro series, and then TMNT 118. So it tends to have 3 stories. So this is the original one. Originally, April O'Neil was not a reporter. She was a scientist and assistant to Baxter Stockman.
Right.
And actually, Baxter Stockman becoming a fly and all that other crap, that was later on.
That was way later.
Yeah, that was way later on. And I don't even think part of the original series. That was more inspired by the cartoon and then they waded into it. So that was kind of a cool thing and everything else. It's a cool pickup. If you want to read these issues, I mean, they get these original issues now. They're in the hundreds of dollars now. This is a good way to read it. You know, because the first...
well, any true Turtle fan will definitely get this.
If you're a true Turtle fan, you should have this in your pool.
Sure.
A great story. I love the artwork as always. I like the recolorings because they recolored like the first original stories, so they kind of brightened it up in some sections. But then they had these great spreads, and these are the ones that made me fall in love with the Turtles, because you see like them in their house and they're practicing, and Splinter's trying to watch the TV. Donatello's fixing something. You know, like
the original art, man.
Yeah, man, and that shit was and that was all like hand drawn, and there's a zipper
they had
tone.
to show their character because they didn't have colors.
And then they had weird things that I thought were nice touches. Like there's parts there where he's talking about the oh my god, what were the machines called back then? The Mousers. And then like in the middle of the panel, a Mouser appears because you could tell that Splinter is really thinking about it and the dangers of it. So I thought that was really cool because you could tell like he's thinking about it and what's going on. And all the other stuff. And then again, these spreads are so fucking cool.
I think those Mousers...
Those are just old school, awesome. That's my Ninja Turtles right there.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
Those Mousers were the greatest video game goons ever in that arcade Ninja Turtles game.
Oh, yeah.
Those Mousers were awesome.
And all of them. But you know what I hated playing was the 8-bit TMNT video game. The Nintendo one. The Nintendo one was like so hinky and weird and bad. And I was just like, what the fuck is going on? Yeah, you have to drive it, and you have to get the angles, and it's just like weird shit.
Daniel Enrique claim it.
It was like crack cocaine, though. That shit was hot. When you were a little kid, that Ninja Turtle machine was good. That and the Simpsons game, which had a very similar play dynamic.
I think it was made by Konami, too.
Yeah, I mean, technically they're all tied together, because remember, Last Ronin is the original creators writing the last story of the Ninja Turtles. This is just a collection of all the stuff in the past, so you can.
But I don't think the death of this lady of April is going to be tied into Last Ronin.
Yeah, I don't know. It's going to be its own story. It's its own thing. Both of them are supposedly their own thing. Blessed by the house of Eastman and Laird. I only heard rumblings about this recently, so.
So the most intelligent animal on Earth.
They're not going to hear you from over there.
What I heard rumblings of is I heard that what got greenlit now is the Hulk movie, the World War Hulk.
World War Hulk, yeah, there was some rumblings about that.
It got greenlit. That's hot right now. That's gonna pick up. And another books that are getting hot is the guys that sent Hulk in the spaceship. What are these guys called again? The Illuminati.
The Illuminati, yeah.
Everything the Illuminati.
You have to have Illuminati before you have World War Hulk. That's what. And you have to have Namor.
Illuminati is going to be in the new Doctor Strange movie.
Well, because the thing was, the Illuminati was Charles Xavier, Namor, Doctor Strange, Tony Stark, Reed Richards,
yeah,
and Black Panther.
And Black Bolt sitting quietly in the corner.
Yeah.
Black Bolt. Yeah, Black Bolt. Yeah.
You didn't notice him because that motherfucker don't talk.
Yeah, you don't want him to talk.
Damn, like half those people are dead, and half don't exist.
Yeah, so I mean, you'd have to introduce all of that idea of like there's these superheroes that want to do that and everything else. You know, Iron Man, I don't think is gonna be in there. I don't think
they
they're
gotta
gonna
bring him back to life at some point. Right?
Nah, dude, these kids don't do that.
Why not?
Dude, do that.
I don't like this thing of associating the characters with the actors is hard. I don't know what this weird thing is.
Yeah, but there's closure. It's done.
It's comic books. You don't do closure and moving on.
But this is not comic books. This is movies.
Well,
it's the same budget.
Maybe in the movie, Brody could take over the
because of that, we only got three stories with T'Challa. Because nobody wants to.
He's not smart enough to be Illuminati.
Yeah, he's not gonna sit at the fucking table.
If anything, they can take what's Black Panther's sister, make her like an Ironheart hybrid Panther something.
That'd be cool. Well, I think
mix the two characters and then you're good.
Yeah, but I think that there should be continuity with the movies. I think. I personally, also don't give a fuck because I read comic books. Yeah. I don't watch movies. I watch the movies when I can. Let's see what happens.
Yeah. Hey, speaking of smart people,
a little fatigue.
What animal has been able to be the smartest non-human animal so far? So those orangutans that used to come on TV in the 80s, right? They could do math and shit. I'm trying to think, which animal can we actually make a ninja in real life? Like a Ninja Turtle. What is the closest we can get to a real-life Ninja Turtle?
Manatee.
No, I think...
They're silent but
don't
deadly.
Be stupid. Either a dolphin, attack dolphin, or a monkey that was trained in martial arts. It's got to be monkey trained in martial arts. And then my next question is, has there been a monkey trained in martial arts?
I think there was. I think there was a jiu-jitsu chimp.
No, that's Lancelot chimp. That's that monkey from that TV show. I mean a real military.
No, I think there was really a fucking chimp that was trained in
jiu-jitsu,
but I think he broke your fucking ass.
I like that. I think more of our tax dollars should go to fighting animals, not dogs, because that's too easy. But like I want ninja monkeys.
You want a monkey knife fight? Is that what you want? You want a monkey knife fight?
Teenaged, maybe mutated ninja monkeys.
You want one of them to be called
Monkey Ninjas.
Monkey Ninjas.
You want to be one of them to
be
called
Teenage Mutant Monkey Ninjas.
Furious George. Exactly. He's a good... I'm just saying, that's what the closest thing
there
could
you
be,
go.
right?
Teenage Mutant Monkey Ninjas.
Yeah, like a bird, a really intelligent bird of some kind. But no. It's got to be fucking
rooster. Rooster could fuck you up.
Yeah, tell you. In the chat.
By the way, caller number 9 gets what today?
Oh, caller number 9... You get
2 books.
2 books and 1 date with Labrada.
Yeah, you go.
You get Noctera number 1. This is number 49 of 500 by Andre Labrada. There's a Virgin variant. Nice fucking cover. He'll sign it for you. And you also get a copy of The Gun number 2.
Super rare.
Julio Valle points out the orangutan in the Clint Eastwood classic, Any Which Way But Loose. That's right. That's probably like a trained stunt monkey, too. No, he probably had a trained stunt monkey.
That's got it, all right.
We got it.
That's the monkey we got to send into Iraq.
This is the things. All right, next up.
Imagine if we send the special forces teams of monkeys. No one's going to suspect them.
Shit.
We'll take out those fuckers.
But now you have monkey wars. Everybody has a monkey now.
They got up the ante. Yeah.
Then the monkeys will revolt, and then we go out into
monkeys versus American monkeys.
It'd be terrible.
And then they're talking like, why are we killing brothers, brother? Why are we doing this? And like, you're right. And next thing you know what, they go,
yeah.
You're intelligent enough to fight your wars, but not to go after you? That's a fool's folly, fucking fraud. That's how we get in these kind of troubles.
They don't know what I'm doing in my backyard in Hialeah. They don't even know.
You heard about the cockfighting ring? No, it was chimps. Holy shit. Hey, I look, that's horrible. I hate animal abuse, but I'll go watch one. I'll watch it and then call the cops.
Yeah,
but I'll be like, this fucked up. Kind of cool.
Yeah, with the little mask over their eyes and everything, mask, dog.
Just went with them a knife like this.
Yeah.
They come out like luchadores like that with masks on and shit.
It's not a wrestling.
That'd be cool.
Well, maybe one does, you know.
That'd be cool.
You gotta have some showmanship, some pageantry.
Nah, this is a monkey wrestling. You guys get the fuck out of my fantasy, man.
Next one up, Heathens number 1 from Aftershock.
That was another pleasant surprise.
Mm-hmm.
It's another.
Did you judge this book by a cover?
I totally did.
Yeah,
100%.
Because the cover kind of sucks.
Yeah, because you look at it, you're like, oh, it's a pirate fucking thing.
I love pirates.
Yeah.
Kangaroos.
But I was still like, oh, this is just like a suspicious cheap spell. You know, like, they're just trying to sell me some pirate chick.
Uh-huh.
Nah.
And instead, it's a collection of the worst people that are in hell, and they're in charge of bringing people back to hell.
Right, the baddest good guys, basically.
Yeah.
Led by Mussolini.
Yeah. It's Stalin.
It's Stalin, okay.
Stalin is the one who, like, debriefs them. So, you already know. Piece of shit. You know, like... And it's great. Did you read the back? Because there's a debriefing in the back, which is all of Stalin's notes of the people that have escaped. So it's a little, possible replacements for the different people. Heathen, like the write-ups for different heathens. So here's that write-up for Jesse James, even though Billy the Kid is in the book.
Right.
So, and like how they got caught and everything else. So it's kind of cool. But back here, it's like at large. So people that are at large. So like one was, what was it? Like fucking, the the gray man, aka Albert Fish, the werewolf of hysteria, blah blah blah. Fish stated his numbers of victims was about 100. He hurt children, underlined. And so in red, he would make this one hurt.
That's cool.
So that's kind of cool. So these guys are going out there, and it's Jack the Ripper they're after.
It's kind of like, because it's not really supernatural yet.
Yeah.
I don't think. Like, the bad guys seem to have the powers.
Yeah.
But, yeah, it's a little bit of, like, a League of Extraordinary Gentlemen.
Yep.
With, like, unknown characters.
Yeah.
Like, unknown history. Like, it's real historical characters that, like, were good guys, but they did bad shit.
And it's good that they don't get hung up on anything, because, like, they show up, and they're not like, oh, what's this? What's this magical device you have in your hand? It's a window to the world. They're just like, what the fuck is this?
Yeah.
Like, why are people talking like this? What's wrong with that guy? Like, all right, fuck it. Let's just keep going. Like, they're on their mission. They seem, like, really good at what they do.
Yeah.
You give a shit about the characters.
Yeah, the whole thing is that they get to have their soul, or redemption. They get redemption by stopping, like, these, like, souls that escaped.
Yeah, basically. So the first guy, do you know who the first guy was that she stops?
No, the ninja guy?
That's the Zodiac Killer. Because he had the mask, the same mask as the Zodiac Killer. I was into Zodiac Killer for a while. Okay. So I read every book. So he had the same mask.
I wonder why he was like some white guy.
Yeah. So he like cut off his hand. He's like, you don't want to be fucking killed. And she captures him, and then like a fucking tattoo burns on his arm.
Yeah.
And then once supposedly you get 10 of them, you get your freedom, which what that is. It's kind of all over the place.
Yeah, we don't know yet.
Yeah. So really good fucking read, man. Yeah. I really dug it. Like I said, a good comic makes you want to read the next issue. This was really badass. I fucking dug it. What about you, John?
I didn't get to read it, but now I really want to.
Yeah, it was really good.
You sold me.
Yeah. Well, you for what?
Nothing, but I'm wondering if it's going to bring back that Billy the Kid craze that comes up every fucking 50 years in America. Remember in the 90s when there was a Billy the Kid craze with Young Guns and Young Guns 2 and Amelia?
Well, let me tell you, that was a great movie.
Everybody was talking about Billy the Kid. He was, I think, like a teenage rapist, right? He was like a 14-year-old.
No, Billy the Kid was an actual, genuine fucking hero.
He was a hero?
He wasn't a real... He killed a lot of people, but he defended a lot of Mexicans in Arizona and Texas and New Mexico.
But he did a lot of fucked up shit, too.
Well, that's the point.
He killed these fuckers because his whole thing was he was protecting his family.
No, but he killed a guy for snoring once.
Well, I mean, depending on the snorer.
Yeah.
I don't know about the snoring thing. All I know is that because that's a group of there's both Indian reservations and there are people in those areas that celebrate Billy the Kid.
Well, I know he died.
He killed a lot of like sheriffs and innocent people that went after
Rick and
him.
Judith, I'll check it out. Claim heathens. And Daniel also
I know he did a lot of good as well. Like
we got another copy.
Do you have another copy of Heathens?
I know he did a lot of good as well, like what he did with those little kids in that hockey team that one time. So I'm not all anti-Billy the Kid or anything.
Yeah, Young Guns is a great movie.
No, for a little while, then there was that TV show Young Riders that had Billy the Kid.
Young Riders?
Josh Brolin was in it.
Oh, okay.
I know my 90s TV. But yeah, America was in love with him. So maybe they'll fall in love again, thanks to Heathen. Fall in love all over again. With Billy the Kid, the Mexican revolutionary, apparently.
According to Alex Calvo, Billy the Kid invented tacos.
I don't think that's true. Tacos have been around since there were tortillas. I mean, that's what the fuck out of here.
He's saying they invented tacos.
We should call John the Kid Ulloa.
What book?
They're still heathens.
Oh, okay.
You sold two of them.
Yeah, I already grabbed
Pirates
two.
meet Cowboys.
So we got one left, right?
Yeah, we got...
It's a good read.
We got two left.
Cowboys and Pirates.
And the art is good.
The art is good.
I was like,
Sequential's good. Yeah, because once the art is shitty.
Sometimes, yeah.
Dude, let me tell you, some of the big 2 books, they're looking like shit.
Yeah.
They're doing some bad work.
Yeah.
Why aren't they hiring us? I would have knocked some of that shit out of the park. Get the fuck out of here! You give me a Batman book,
That'd be cool.
I'll fucking.
That'd be good. I would pay.
I would smoke fucking meth and get that shit done. Fuck that shit. You kidding me?
Those big two books, they take a long time to come out.
Yeah.
Like George Jimenez, he's good, but he's slow.
Yeah.
Like he's done. Like at the end of Fear State now, he's done for like I don't know how many months. Like he's gonna work on whatever comes after whatever's next.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. Remember, guys, 9th caller, you get Nocterra number 1 and Gun number 2.
We've only had one caller so far. Only one.
One caller, because they're all waiting. They always do that shit. Yeah. They always do that shit.
And then they all call at the same time.
Or they do see what they don't want to do is do the call. Because what happened? Alex Cobble did that, didn't he? He called like one after another after another.
Yeah, and then they beat him.
And then they beat him.
Call number 2.
They call Goblins Heist. Who's this? No, number 2, or as we like to call it, loser.
Maybe that's why they're not calling.
Yeah, maybe. Is that why? Maybe it's a screaming loser at them at the top of our lungs. You don't like that?
I don't think people like that. They might not like it. I don't like it. Makes me feel bad. That's kind of sad.
Alright, next up. What else are we going to do? What else
It's kind of sad.
I could talk about this one real quick.
Well, Winter Guard? Go for it.
Winter Guard, I don't know, number 3.
I read 2, so I want to know how this one went.
That one's cool.
Maybe some people don't know the number. You could just put it really quick, really fast. Because Daniel Ortiz might not know the number.
It's a very Halloween episode comic.
Okay.
Because they meet up with Dracula, basically, and he, like, sits them down at dinner, and then White Widow and what's his face, Red Guardian, I think is his name.
Which one, the guy with the shield?
The Russian Captain America.
Yeah, Red Guardian.
Yeah, Red Guardian. They show up, and then Dracula kind of like spills his plan, and they do this like cool effect in the comic where Red Guardian has to talk about his past, and they do it in like a film reel, and it's really cool.
Okay.
No.
And then it turns into a shitstorm with vampires. And, yeah, it's really cool. It's a good read. Definitely a Halloween.
That's kind of cool. Yeah, I see it. Yeah, I wanted to read them. Yeah, so it talks
cool
about what's in that stupid box they took in the last one. Yeah, because there's also the Slavic, because they have gods on their team. So the Slavic god of secrets and shadows. The Slavic
yeah, and they're after the hard drive thing, and Dracula's like, well, I got it.
One cool thing about the Marvel Comics use of Dracula that I found, because many years ago for a minute, I was like, why is Dracula in Marvel Comics? What the fuck is this? And I read some of the early issues of Tomb of Dracula, which was Marvel's perennial Dracula book in the 70s, starting in the 70s by Roy Thomas. And it's a literal sequel to Bram Stoker's Dracula. The Marvel version of Dracula is the same Dracula from Bram Stoker's novel, and in Blood of Dracula, the comic book, it starts in the 70s with
Tomb of Dracula.
Tomb of Dracula, Tomb of Dracula, the comic, long-running Marvel comic. The story starts with an elderly, I think he's the grandson of Van Helsing, or Thomas Harker, or whatever. It's their descendants that in the Marvel universe are still fighting Dracula. And amongst the team that they assemble, then a new team is this black guy named Blade, the Daywalker, who's half vampire.
Right.
So this long-standing battle between, I think it's a female, so it's a granddaughter of either Harker, Thomas Harker,
with the orange hair.
Yes. And in a wheelchair, it's I think she's either the Van Helsing or the Harker.
Something. Yeah.
And in the wheelchair is the descendant of either Van Helsing or Harker. And there's this family feud between them and Dracula. So it's a pretty cool book. Was it Marv Wolfman, I think, that wrote it? I forget if it was Roy Thomas or Marv Wolfman. But that was Marvel. So that's why Dracula randomly exists in the fucking Marvel universe forever. And this is just him. And I think it's absurd and silly.
I forgot who was like. Oh, I was listening to a podcast, but it's basically they're allowed to use Dracula because he's free domain.
Public domain, yeah.
The
novelization, just like Mary Shelley's Frankenstein.
Yeah, you can't use the universal version.
Yeah. If he has a flat top and bolts on it, you can put bolts on him.
Yeah.
Better not be on the neck.
Well, famously, then in the 2000s, Marvel went ahead. Roy Thomas came back and he did an adaptation with the black and white, and Dick Giordano.
Yeah.
Maybe it might have been his last work, inking that actual adaptation of Bram Stoker's Dracula. But that's why
Julio Valle says classic Gene Colan artwork. Their Dracula was more accurate than the novel. First pop culture Dracula with a mustache.
Yeah, Gene Colan.
Yeah, there you go.
So would he have like a milk mustache?
From the blood,
Yeah.
he sucks blood. Why? It's like sucking a straw.
Yeah,
Why would you have a milk mustache?
It's a blood
Are
saver.
you trying to make a joke? Is that what it is?
It would look
This
cool.
is your attempt at humor?
I guess.
It's,
Chad, tell me what the orange hair girl from Marvel is. She's like a
She's a Thomas. She's a Harker, or she's a.
oh, you mean the
Blood.
Monster Hunter one?
yes,
Oh, what you mean
it's
Bloodstone? Moonstone?
Bloodstone?
blood something.
No, I'm not
Damn
talking
it.
about her.
Yeah.
Look it up for us.
Yeah, Marvel does
We got
have a
to
fun
talk
sort of
about
creature
her.
side of it, of
Yeah,
monsters and
she's
stuff.
in Midnight Suns. She's in Marvel Ultimate Alliance 3.
Bloodstone.
Yeah, that's
Also
her.
Bloodstone, yeah.
That's also based on some Victorian novel, though. You know, the Bloodstone
Yeah.
thing is also some.
Yeah,
influence.
so that was well, I think it was, I forgot who put it in together originally, but then Warren Ellis made Elsa Bloodstone because her father was the original monster.
Yeah,
hunter.
the guy with the big.
She,
hair. He's
Warren,
like Fabio.
And Warren Ellis made Elsa Bloodstone and put her in and made her like the
Yeah.
daddy's little girl, and she's nuts.
Yeah,
and
Fred
shit.
Van Lente did a nice miniseries of her in the '90s. So that's cool. That I like that they're mixing that Dracula shit in with this Winterguard, whatever.
Yeah.
Who cares?
Yeah, he's always around.
Yeah, remember
Well, 'cause
Alex?
They kind
Is
of
Mobius in it?
no.
Morbius?
Morbius.
Morbius.
Living vampire.
Like Mobius, the French artist.
Yeah, he was a vampire too.
He was a vampire.
No,
No,
too.
this is more of like an all supernatural kind of thing. Like they're talking about like, do we reveal supernatural society to the world? It'll collapse the civilization.
Yeah,
Like it's the whole
that old nugget.
Yeah, like
The Winter Guard has been really cool. I've been liking this book. I like to see. I want to see
it's cool
because they were
Yeah.
talking about like, okay, they're making this just Chinese team. They made a Chinese shield,
Was it a Cuban
and
team?
there's there was a Cuban team called the Centurions. Haha.
In this?
When Spider-Man
He's
visited
hating
Cuba,
because they would never make a Pakistani team.
I think there's a thing. They made an Indian one. They haven't done it.
Aha! Aha!
Yeah, no, we don't get superheroes.
You know,
Yeah.
We're cool with it. We're cool with it. We don't,
India does.
We don't care. We don't care.
You must say
Okay.
that.
We don't care.
Yeah,
Whatever.
we don't
Whatever.
care.
You guys
Yeah,
are
right.
stupid. You guys
He
are silly.
does.
No, that's fine. We have real life heroes, like our president Imran Khan, who was a cricket champion. We don't fucking need anything.
India has superheroes.
Prime Minister. I hope they don't go full supernatural with that book, though. I like more international intrigue than fucking.
no, I think it's just that
That one part, yeah.
because they're after the drive.
Yeah, but Winter Guard has been a solid book. I've been liking it. I like
Yeah.
the
art
read.
is good. Yeah,
The art is good. Seeing all the different things. This is like the Russian Avengers.
this a number
trying
one?
to do one. Is that
No,
number
number
3?
three.
But we
So-
do have number 1 and 2. I think.
But you don't need to read number 1 and 2 to get this story.
It would help because you know why they're after the box. Why Red Guardian's an outlaw
Yeah.
right now? Why?
Does Putin make many appearances? Is he?
No.
Is he like the Charlie's Angel Charlie? Putin's Angels.
I feel like Putin shows up. He's like Galactus or something, bro.
No, he's the leader of the team. He's their Professor X.
Yeah.
He's Putin.
He's just a,
Back to Putin. Meanwhile, at the
when they're
Kremlin-
fighting and they just can't win, finally Putin's like, okay, guys, I got this. He's the Superman.
No, he's the Charlie. He's the Professor X. He
Just
sends
comes
him
in
out.
with
To
like
me,
a
my-
wrestling
To me,
song.
my Winter Guard.
My
And he's
Winter
got like
Guard.
a phone. He's got a red sickle phone, and he picks it up.
Jesus.
Ah.
Like, why? Who made
Oh, caller number 3.
this? Your caller number 3. Who's this?
Because you're a loser! Because you're a loser!
This madman. This is just crazy people talking.
Preemptive.
Anyway.
Preemptive strike by caller number 3.
Oh, so we're gonna do this one
My
next.
bad.
Did you read this one at all?
My bad.
My Bad by Ahoy Comics. I read it. And who else read it? Anybody else?
That's it.
Me,
Huh?
but I might read it.
Yeah.
But it is a key of the week.
They got a very
There's a key of the week.
Well, not of the week, but it's one of the key issues this week.
Yeah, I thought it was really good. It's like a really it's a comical book. It's funny. They're making this little thing. It's a very if anybody has ever read the old Tick comics, like the New England comics for Tick and everything else, it has that tongue-in-cheek humor of being of taking on superheroes. Like this big green guy that's in the front. He's called the Man-Child. And he's just a dude that's like he's like small like that, and then he gets pissed off and he grows like the Hulk.
okay.
They have a Batman character called the Chandelier. You know, it's just like
Okay.
And it's just hilarious because he's like, what if they know my secret identity? That you're the chandelier? Like, everyone's like, we know. Like, you're just an eccentric billionaire doing stupid
works.
shit.
And they pick the right artists for that kind of stuff.
Yeah, and so it's funny. It's like a sitcom. And I dug the reading of it. I'd like to read more. I don't think it's funny, ha-ha, just yet. But it could be. I think it's going to get there. It needs to find its feet and get going. But I think it's pretty good. I kind of fucking...
I like Manchild. That's like a cool character.
So yeah, so it was a pretty good read. I gave it like a 3 out of 5. Let's see where it goes. Might be 4 afterwards. There's a lot of little shorts in it. They do like some stuff like where they have the fake ads, like the X-ray specs ads. So it's like was it starter jetpack? But it doesn't come with jetpack fuel. It has to be FAA approved. Squirrel monkey, America's #1 pet. Send $20 to Texas Laboratory. Like, dog cigarettes. You want to get dog cigarettes for your, dogs need that,
Nicotine.
that relief. And and then so some of these superhero stupid stuff. They also do Mad Libs in here. They also did like one of those Hostess cream pie thing. So it's a little hokey. It's a lot of like comic book tropes in it. But I thought it was a fun read. It's really cool. Like I said, I like the Tick. This kind of follows that same thing. It's not taking itself seriously. And it's really fucking cool. Hey, Raul, what's going on? Now he shows up.
Well, he doesn't know about caller number 9.
Hey, well, just in case, caller number 9, we've already had 3 callers so far. You get this Noctera number 1 and this gun number 2 signed by Andre Labrada, the artist right here. You have like your full nerd gear put on. You have like the Spider-Man hat.
Yeah, the Spider-Man hat.
Yeah, your Castlevania shirt. You have a Castlevania shirt?
I have 2 Castlevania. I have 3 Castlevania shirts.
Warren Ellis, baby. That's his baby.
It's a sad story.
I know, man.
Yeah.
He got me too.
I love
Unfortunately,
the art, not the
groomer.
artist, yeah.
Huh?
The groomer.
Yeah, for grooming.
Not just his beard.
But I don't get it. I mean, it just.
Grooming, I think, just means hitting on chicks.
He was like, promised them work or
Being
something,
famous
or
and
helped them because who went through that was what's her name, Kelly Sue McConaughey and everything, and this guy Matt Fraction. They're really good friends with him, and he's the one who kind of helped them get into Marvel.
I mean,
so there was that whole idea that maybe he helped groom them, but
can a rich like a rich famous person, are they allowed to hit on the chicks that like them because they're artists?
That was a thing, and he wasn't rich the whole time. He was just a comic book writer, and he just worked a lot for a lot of people.
He's famous and he's cool. So if you have fans, are you allowed to hit on your fans? Where's the line?
Yeah, and that's the thing. And so some people like
nobody said he raped anybody.
Yeah, I never. The most that happened is I think some people showed titties to him and like to help him jerk off or something. I think that's where it gets the grossest thing.
So you should never ask for that.
He even built a website that allowed all these people to post their stories against him. He let this website be. People posted what he did, and it was there.
Oh, I thought they built the website and he never acknowledged it.
Oh,
that's what I thought the problem was.
Huh?
That's what I heard.
He says they made a website and he never acknowledged it.
Yeah, like
and
the victims built their website or whatever, and then he never did anything.
No, because he was.
That's what I heard. Yeah.
He was very apologetic. Like he was very whatever you need to do, whatever you need to say it to me. I will take full responsibility. He's now in seclusion. He doesn't write shit. He started his newsletter up again, saying, "Well, I mean, he got to do season 4. What, season 4? First 3?
Yeah, 4.
4. So he ended it right there.
Well,
I don't feel they canceled him because he was still getting offers to do stuff. He finished Batman's Grave. Batman's Grave.
Well,
yeah.
I hope one of these people that canceled him writes better than he does. Because motherfucker could write.
Yeah.
He could
And
write.
it sucked because he had some novels.
Caller number 4.
Caller number 4.
Don't let them call you a loser now.
Yeah, welcome to Goblin's Heist. How can I help you? But you're a loser!
Hang up, you loser!
Call number 5.
Fucking coward! You're a loser,
Hello,
coward!
Goblin's Heist. How can I help you?
Did you 786 him? Star 769 him?
No, there's no response. There's no caller number 5.
Hello, Goblin's Heist. How can I help you?
Don't hang up on us.
You're a loser!
You're not a loser!
So we're on 5.
5. We're on 5.
Oh!
Number 6.
Oh, it's rolling.
Welcome to Goblin's Heist. How can I help you?
Bro, these people don't want the Noctera Hialeah edition,
No, they don't, because they don't know what's a good thing, because you know why? They're losers!
And you're also a loser!
Let's start calling other people losers. Can we start calling other people losers?
That was 6, right?
That was 6, yeah.
Three more.
All right, three more.
Three more, look at that.
And you win this Noctera. This is like a $30 book, folks.
Yeah.
It's a $30 book.
Yeah, and forgive me, Father, the gun, we don't know how much
I don't know
it
how
is.
much it is. We
That's
keep
a-
getting surprised.
We surprised.
We just.
We
sold.
7.
That was
We have no
This is
more
number
of
7.
that one, that's for sure.
What were the Goblin
I
Ties?
don't care.
Oh,
No,
you're
sad.
loser! Anyway. Actually, the other day we sold Jeff DeCal's cover for TS 101. We had a copy lying around. We sold it for $200.
Yeah.
It's considered his first professional work, which was with us at Creature.
Wow.
And the DeCal fans, I call them DeCal.
No, and the one that's really hot
You
is
know?
the Forgive Me Father cover that
Yes.
Jeff DeCal did.
Yeah.
What, the citizens of DeKalb?
You have
the
my
Callus.
first cover too.
Yeah.
The Gun 3.
Yeah.
I think
Members of the Decaliphate?
That was
Like
my
a-
first cover as well.
The DeCalites. We call them Becker heads. If you're a real fan,
Becker.
you're Becker heads. You're Becker heads, bro.
Oh,
man.
Well,
Anyway.
we're at color number 6. That was it 6? I was
Seven.
Wow. We're about to get a wiener.
Alright.
No,
Alex
seven.
Calvo, I heard cream pie. No.
No,
I need
he's
that highly edition back there. I
he's
call
into that kind of porn.
I called in before doing Calvo a favor. Verizon sucks. Julio Valle, he just won't do it. I don't know what he's talking about there. Anyway, next up, A Thing Called Truth. I think I read this. Did you read it?
No.
Anyone?
I tried to.
I have not
I
read
tried
it, but I love that.
It's
artist.
not bad. Don't do
It
not.
Oh, color number 8.
Oh. No, you're number 8. Sorry.
So close to me not being a loser, but you're a loser!
Yeah.
Second place,
Next caller.
loser.
Next caller.
Oh.
Hey! Who's this?
We can't hear from music now.
Who's this?
Yeah! Rick and
The first
Eunice!
loser is now the winner! Turn it down, we can't hear it.
Wait, who is this? I can't hear
Rick
it.
and Eunice!
We can't hear them, turn down the music! You fucking loser, turn down the music!
I'm sorry, who's this? Oh, okay, damn. All right, I was like, what
Look
the
at
fuck?
that, look how the worm is turned.
All right, man. No wonder, because Alex was on the other line, because I saw Philip fired. I know
He
that's
started
how-
on the bottom.
All
now
right, Rick,
he's
you
here.
win.
Rick
The
and
Gun
Eunice.
Nice You Too by Labrada and the Noctera
Hey,
cover.
what about a message from Labrada for his fans that won the book? Turn it down. Got something nice to say to the winner?
Everybody else is calling in.
You're all losers. Fucking.
Anything to say, Labrada?
Thank you for trying.
There you go, Rick.
Hey,
Enjoy.
it's nice, but
I'll
work.
have this in your
Words to
bullet.
live by.
And that's it, folks. Sorry.
That was fun.
Calls are closed. Oh, no.
Still more losers calling in.
Goblin's Heights, how can I help you?
You're a loser.
Yeah, you're a loser.
You're not even a loser. You're not even in the contest
You're
anymore.
calling
You're a
10.
loser. You're a
Ricky,
loser for
you
next
already
time.
called it. Sorry.
These people are technically losers for the next show.
Yeah.
Stop calling.
Hello. Who's this? I can't
Turn it
hear
down.
John.
You fucking deaf loser.
Oh, sorry, dude.
You're a
Everybody
loser.
got
I'm
it.
not sorry. You're a goddamn
Sorry.
loser, Alex.
Sorry. You're a loser. All right, enough calling people loser.
They like it.
Turn it off.
They like it. They want it.
Damn.
Why are you
He's
ruining
like-
this for everyone? If we like it, they like it. Doesn't have to be weird.
No, they don't. They
Doesn't have
get
to be a
fucked
weird
up.
thing.
Now they didn't win.
Doesn't have to be
And
a
you
weird
guys are
thing, Mark.
screaming loser. I think you do it with spite. You do it with venom. Yeah, you know.
I've
This other asshole.
had a rough day, okay?
You can tell it's like, Fawad's like, now it's my turn.
It really is.
All right. So thank you, Rick and Judith, for winning the gun. Sorry, guys. We will do it again next week. We'll have something else for you guys. All right.
No, yeah.
I think Called
Called
Truth.
Truth.
I thought it was really fucking good. This is really good. Really good.
All right.
I thought it was gonna be a chick flick thing.
I was reading the
I
beginning
just-
and I just let it go because I was.
I just put it on my sub list because I realized what artist it was.
No, what
And
was
if
it?
you've read Alice in Leatherland,
Oh, okay.
it's her. It's the same artist, but now they
Yeah.
gave her full color.
So
it's
it's
great.
okay because Mirka was
Yeah.
on this, where one of the covers. Elisa Romboli, I think is the artist.
Yes.
Romboli, okay.
Yeah. She's.
I love it. I
Fucking
dig it. It
amazing.
did do a
Yeah.
tropey thing in the beginning, where it's like, "Oh man, all this stuff is happening. How did I get here?" And then there's flashback. I find that tropey as shit.
Okay.
You know,
Yeah, yeah.
that was the one part I was like, "Oh god." But so far, I'm intrigued. I think it's cool. Like they fuck over this chick so bad that I feel for her, and I want to read what happens and what happens next. And it has a weird take at the end where you're like, "What happened with the who now?" So it was really cool. Like I said, it makes me want to read issue 2. It's not didactic. It's not stupid. It's really cool. So I dig it. I thought it was really good. 4 out of 5.
Nice. I should have kept. I should have held on.
Yeah,
I
that's a
started
good
reading.
read.
I was like,
That's a
oh
good
my
read.
god.
It's a good read. I'm going to be ordering this. So very good. Anything else? Should we get into any other books?
Batman
I
real
read
quick.
some books.
Batman. All
Like,
right.
if you're reading Fear State, or if you've been following Fear State at all, this is like we're gonna probably end like the next issue or two.
They just
Right.
in the
This-
FLC
everything
today
just
is
kinda,
they
like,
just put Fear
combined.
State Omega.
Okay.
So that's for December. So it looks like they're gonna.
Okay. Yeah. Then yeah. So like this month's book is this one, right? Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. So then we're done next. Yeah.
Next month is So I know there's another Batman
Yeah,
for
yeah. 'Cause
December.
They
Omega, I think the annual also has something to do because they're gonna have a Batman annual.
okay. Yeah, because it basically.
How's Fear State going so far? I have not paid attention. I haven't been on top of
It's
it.
been cool. I like that they used Scarecrow and they made him like a real villain.
Yeah.
Like the last time I thought he was cool was in the first Batman.
Yeah.
So like this one was they redesigned him, made him like really scary and shit. And
Yeah.
I think the whole Magistrate, I think they're called. Yeah,
Yeah.
they were okay. Like I'm alright with the like weird Apple guy. I
An
forget
Apple
his
guy
name.
with a paramilitary organization.
Yeah.
It's a
And,
security
like,
organization.
in
The
this
mayor
book-
handed over
in this
security
book they
Gotham.
tell you they figure him out. Like they show you like, all right, this is what we're gonna do with him.
Alex Cobb was
And-
saying that's the book of the week.
And
No,
it's-
he's talking about Newburn. We ran out of Newburn. None of us read it. We've totally ran out. Have sold out. Newburn.
What I keep with Fear State.
Yeah, so they show you what they're gonna do with the magistrate, the Peacekeeper 01 or whatever.
Because it's going towards Fear State, right?
Well,
Are we supposed to go towards what we saw in Fear State? I mean, not Fear State.
No,
Future
no.
State?
no. What happened in Future State is already deviated. Yeah,
Really?
yeah. Fear State is the opposite of what Future State is.
Peacekeeper 01.
This is how they stop Future State.
Ah.
Peacekeeper 01 is
Yeah.
very much like a U.S. agent kind of person,
Right.
like what we saw in the Winter Soldier Falcon TV show.
Yeah.
Being a fallen police
Sort of,
officer, kind
yeah.
of ish.
In the basic non-spoilerly way. Yeah.
Oh, there you go.
And then,
And
then
they-
there's the
they-
Insanity Collective, which is what the Magistrate is opposed to.
Right.
This team of anarchists, basically.
Oh, yeah, that's where the hacker girl.
Hacker
And
Girl, the
Scarecrow
Clown Basher.
Uses them in a really interesting way.
Mhm.
And then there's a lot of twists at the end.
It's kind
that
of
I
a
can't
war
really-
between these two
Yeah,
factions
yeah.
in Gotham City. Batman's caught in the Batman. Is the Batman family a part of it? Kind of, sort of, not really.
Kind of, sort of.
Branches out into them.
There is in the back of these books now. They do like the mini stories and the Batgirl's stories in this one. So yeah, you get their like spin. Catwoman's is important for this.
I mean,
This one wraps up the Poison Ivy thing too.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Because Poison Ivy's become this demigod kind of in a.
Yeah,
kind of
she's
thing.
like she has the power to sink Gotham City, which is like in the regular Future State you have like the big fucking
Oh,
Batman
yeah.
thing. Yeah. So she's basically rooted the entire Gotham City, and she can just like collapse it. But they had to get like the goddess Ivy and like the good Ivy and kind of bring them back together.
There have been some
So-
breakout characters in the Fear State thing, like Ghostmaker, who is
Yes,
basically
he's cool shit too. Yeah.
he's like counterpart to Bruce Wayne. He's a Japanese guy that studied with
Yeah.
Bruce Wayne back when Bruce Wayne was training.
He's the still rich Bruce Wayne, basically.
Yeah, and he went an
Because
alternate
Bruce Wayne
path.
loses all his money.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So he's been out internationally doing Bruce Wayne type shit. Now he comes to town,
Yeah.
so he's part of the mix. There's some members of Insanity,
And
Insanity
Harley's
Collective,
a good guy, obviously.
and Harley's
Yeah.
in it. So yeah, it's been very colorful, slick art,
Yeah.
kind of a futuristic take on Gotham.
Yeah.
So it's ratcheting it up. You like this?
Definitely.
Like
Yeah,
this
yeah.
progression?
Yeah, I say, like, if you've been reading it, finish it. And then it also, it doesn't really have anything to do with the other Batman book.
Yeah, because this is
This
still a
one's- this
Tinian
one's
book.
like the
This is still a
main-
Tinian book.
Yeah, this one's the main story.
Yeah.
The other Batman book is.
If you're gonna worry about the event and like read the like other books, the only other really important one is Catwoman.
I like what they've been doing in
Jeff
Detective Comics.
DeCal is on a stint for doing covers for Catwoman.
For Catwoman,
Yes.
that's awesome.
I like what they've been doing in Detective Comics. Meanwhile, Mariko Tamaki, whatever that chick's name is, was writing that book. It's been more focused on this Japanese-American mayor of Gotham, Mayor Nakano.
Yeah,
He's kind of shady. He's got an eye patch.
yeah.
And one of his assistants is secretly like this monster virus guy. And then there's
What do
this.
they call it? They call it something.
Some
They give it a name. Yeah.
And then
Yeah,
there's
that
this-
was in Detective. I was reading
And
that.
there's basically an evil Bruce Wayne type guy, a big guy that thinks that Batman's killed his daughter.
Oh, Mr. Worth.
Mr.
Mr.
Worth.
Yeah,
Super
I read that
Robocop.
one. That was a little bit more.
Yeah, that's kind of
That's wrapping up too.
That's
Yeah,
wrapping
yeah.
up as
That
well
was kind
now.
of cool because they introduced like, okay, the Batcave's gone, so there's little Batcaves.
Right.
So I'm at
apartments and
Batcave
shit.
number 4.
Yeah.
So I was curious about how they're interconnecting or not, but it seemed like they just basically
I
didn't
think
connect
they just
that
didn't.
much.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
It's just like.
But although
happening.
Nakano is the mayor in these Batman books
Yeah,
as well.
yeah. That's what confused me too. I was like, when does this take place? Like,
Yeah,
when
that-
does the Batman book take, or Detective, right?
Yeah.
I
Yeah, when
sense
did
sarcasm
Detective
on the
take
board
place?
with Julio Valley saying, "Yay, another event. Fear state, future state, too many states. We got 50 states. That's enough."
Well, Future State was like across the DC event, and Fear State's just Batman.
I will say this:
Yeah.
it's phenomenally strong art right now in both
Yeah,
Bat books.
yeah, for
Both
sure.
Batman made
Yeah,
they're very different.
you
This
have-
is futuristic.
You have George Jimenez, right? I think is his name, and
Yeah.
you have Dan Mora. So it's like, fuck.
Yeah,
Yeah.
quite strong. And it's,
Yeah.
I love the illustrative style in
Yeah.
Detective, and I like the slick style in.
There's a manga kind of quality to it too. There's like
Yeah.
some parts here, like how they're breaking the panels, how they're going through everything.
This one does. You can tell they're already starting. They sneak in the next artist, and you'll see it. You'll run into it, and you're like, oh, okay, this is gonna be the next guy.
I'm
cautious.
But don't flip because you're gonna you're gonna spoil yourself.
I'm fine with it.
Alex Calvo says 48 states to hoe. Because apparently he's
Oh,
got
shit.
hoes in different area codes.
Okay.
Alex Calvo.
Yeah. Good book.
Okay.
It's definitely worth the read.
Worth the
Next,
dime.
okay, next
Yeah.
one up is going to be Human Target number 1. This is the B cover. That's all we have left. Really good fucking book. I really dug it. Did you read it? What?
Yeah. I've been plowing through it while we've been
Another
talking
Tom
here.
King book.
He excels at obscure characters in the DC universe.
Look at that.
That's been
really
his
good.
thing right now. And I love the art style. It's a different artist than Mitch Gerads who did, but a similar style. It's very pop art. It's kind of like Mad Men style
This
kind
Fire
of
and
art.
Ice? Holy shit!
Mhm.
I haven't seen them. Since
Right.
like-
So Christopher Chance is the Human Target in DC Comics. He's a interesting DC side character that's been around for many decades. He's not a typical superhero. He's a bodyguard that you hire. He's a master of disguise, and he will be you, be a human target. And then when they try to kill you, he uses his ninja skills or whatever, and he saves you. There have been 2 TV shows versions of him. There was a TV movie with and a short-lived series, I think, with Rick Springfield in the 80s. That was actually pretty damn good. And then there was a pretty good series in the 2000s.
Right?
Yeah, and it had the guy, interestingly, more important than the Human Target, Christopher Chance, and that was his side guy. Who they had the side guy doing more makeup stuff, but that was the guy who played Rorschach.
Mm.
I forget the actor's name. He's very good. He played Rorschach in the Watchmen movie, and he played in
Freddy Krueger and
a lot of things. Yeah, he played Freddy Krueger. He was one of the main bad guys in the Preacher TV show. He
Yeah.
started out as a teen actor in Bad News Bears.
yeah.
It's too bad I don't know his fucking name.
No
But anyway,
problem.
so Christopher Chance refuses to die as a character. There was some excellent Human Target miniseries in the early 2000s, written by Peter Milligan, who is a great writer, and drawn by both Edvin Bukovic, who was an artist. Earl Haley, that's him. Yep, Earl Haley was the actor.
Julio Valley with the guys.
Edvin Bukovic was a phenomenal Croatian artist that died
pretty
young in a motorcycle
Yeah, right.
accident.
Yeah.
I love the paneling. The paneling and the
Yeah.
sequentials are really fucking
Gorgeous.
So
good.
the
Gorgeous,
previous
gorgeous.
the previous pretty successful
Yeah, but they had
Vertigo
the pencil
Chance
thing.
books
Yeah.
those little things. It's like very.
Show the audience now.
Yeah, again, a little pencil.
Like
Look at
those
the
pages.
This is artist stuff. You wouldn't understand.
Let me show some pages. I'll show some pages here.
Great book.
So,
That's not it.
Calendar background.
So,
at the beginning,
Yeah, the cover.
Very
cover,
slick.
yeah.
Oh, I literally thought it was another book. I put
Yeah.
it down in the W's and everything, and I was like, I don't know when the hell did I order this.
this is a noir.
Yeah.
It's a neo-noir story.
And then like it's on carpet. Yeah.
We start at the end, and then we're going to backtrack to that moment. It seems.
Okay.
Now the cool thing about this A Human Target story is the previous ones were all kind of
You might be revealing something if you.
him and no, it's just 30 pages. Him in the real world, and not a real him dealing with crime and stuff. It was a more noir, crime noir. This one is full on superhero. He's in the DC universe. The very first scene is him involved with Lex Luthor, and he's going to be interacting with the DC universe. Tom King clearly grew up in the 90s, so it's that post-crisis DC universe that he's playing with. So the Justice League, the Bwahaha Justice League with Booster Gold, Blue Beetle, Fire Ice.
Julio Valley, Tom King ripping off Memento. I don't think it has anything to do with Memento.
Yeah, you could see a similarity to it. It's some homages maybe in there. It's the same genre as that.
It's the trope, like I said, of like you go to the future, you start there, and be like, how did I end up here?
Well, the famous story that really did that's probably more direct, is Sunset Boulevard, the classic Hollywood movie where it starts with the man in the gutter.
Yeah, it's like, how did I get here?
Yeah, and his narration goes, and this is very much like that. There's a part in the middle that gets kind of a little bit unclear as the lead character goes through some confusion that I'm not sure if that could have been tightened up, but it's very early in the story, and that's only 2 pages. But let's see. Tom King's a guy I hate sometimes, and I like sometimes. I liked his Mr. Miracle, although I hated that Mr. Miracle run that he did that put him on the map, basically, in more recent times with comics.
They had a complete Rorschach run, right, that came in?
Yeah, there's a Rorschach series. That Mr. Miracle, it's an homage to Mr. Miracle. It's a Mr. Miracle story. It's an off-kilter one. It's where Scott and Barda have a kid. He ends up having to become the All-Father. And there's this war with Apocalypse. But in that one, he gets really graphic and people start dying. So he gives it some of that Dark Knight Returns kind of mortality.
He knows a lot about comic books.
I don't know. But so that I didn't like so much because that Mr. Miracle shit, like, it started to stretch. But there's some very endearing little real life moments of Scott interacting with Blue Beetle Booster. I think in this too, I think we're going to see Christopher Chance, and we already are seeing him interacting in fun, realistic ways with some of the DC.
Are you related to this guy, Professor Comics, by any chance?
No, I mean, I've heard of that guy. I've read some of his books.
Okay.
And I think that's we're gonna wrap it up with one last book.
The Fight Beast.
What?
The
No, because it's not a number 1 and we don't have any.
Oh, but it's really good.
Okay, it's really good. Yeah. Well, we're just gonna. It's already been an hour, guys. Come on. All right, last one, but not least, we're gonna go with War of the Bounty Hunters, IG-88.
You guys are gonna do a Star Wars minute? Nice.
You guys do. You have to do it.
No, you can do it.
Come on. Star Wars Minute.
Man, I haven't read the IG-88 one.
So review the other 2.
The tag team.
Thank you.
Labrada will talk about the IG-88.
Yeah, I read it too.
Good, so you can talk about it too.
Color commentate. Get a cigarette.
Right, coming at JD. There you go.
It's like a TIE fighter.
Oh, the other bounty.
Andre gets experience in Star Wars minute. It's first off, it's not a minute. It's never a fucking minute.
Wait, he's talking about the book. All right, welcome to the Star Wars Minute. Crossing over with the Get Your Geek On today because I didn't read the goddamn IG-88 book, but these 2 guys did. IG-88 is a fucking assassin killer robot.
All right, we already got it, John.
Stop! Why are you laughing like a fucking
maniac?
It is a dark time for the fans of the Star Wars, of the this and the that, but it's a little bit not as dark because this goddamn War of the Bounty Hunter is almost finally over. These fucking 34 issues of the same goddamn scenes happening again and again in 18 books.
Hey, do you have Han Solo?
Do
I have Han Solo?
I don't
Do
know.
you have Han Solo?
Where I put
I
Han
think
Solo?
you got Han Solo.
Fucking Han Solo's there. We know where he's got to end up. He's got to end up at Jabba's. Yeah, and it's like a Benny Hill. That'd be more entertaining if it was a fucking Benny Hill episode with
I thought you had to play the Han Solo.
Yeah, if it was just Jabba the Hutt with a bunch of ladies in bikinis just going around the room going, that would be more entertaining than this. But it does have some sterling moments in the middle there. I don't think sterling. Okay. So they've been doing these offshoot books, one-offs, with all the bounty hunters because fuck, it's a war of the bounty hunters. Shouldn't there be bounty hunters? There's very many fucking bounty hunters in the main storyline. But it's fine. We'll give you bounty hunters. You want bounty hunters? We'll give you bounty hunters. With Disney, we'll start with Marvel. We do what the fuck we want. We'll call it War of the Bounty Hunters. We'll put a bunch of Jawas in it. We don't give a shit about you. Give me the money.
I'll watch War of the Jawas.
That would be a good one. So they had one-shots of Zuckuss. I know a lot of Zuckuss fans in the chat. I know you guys crazy about Zuckuss. Everybody loves Zuckuss. There's a big need for Zuckuss, man. I need more Zuckuss content.
You know.
Zuckuss, by the way, is like a little insect man who can see the future for some reason. They just added that shit in there. He's got a bazooka gun. He can kind of see the future. They never explain why this fucking insect can see the future for a little bit. That's Zuckuss. Then he's got his friend Forlom, or 4LOM. What do you call him? Forlom or 4LOM?
I don't know.
That's that insectoid robot. These are all characters you saw for 2 seconds during Empire Strikes Back when
they want the Boba Fett magic to happen.
No, but those are great characters. That's a great scene, and it shows you the power of one scene done well
Bosk.
with some good fucking Bosk. Wait, is Bosk the little?
He's the lizard guy.
Oh yeah, Bosk is a litter. Bosk is a Trandoshan. Bosk is a... So everybody got one of these in the War of Bounty Hunters. It's a shame they didn't... Dengar. Did Dengar get one? I don't know if Dengar got one.
Yeah, it's over there.
There's one shot of Dengar?
I think so.
Because Dengar is one of the co-stars of the Bounty Hunter series.
He hasn't got his own.
I think Forlom got one. I think Zuckuss got one. No, Forlom and Zuckuss. Forlom and Zuckuss got one together. And then IG-8 has one. And then some new chick who's like a feathery lizard lady that eats people.
Yeah. She's in this.
Oh, she's in IG. Yeah.
Yeah. What's her face?
Plum brunette. I don't know. She's fucking.
She's a weird name. Yeah.
She's a chick that eats people. She's praying mantis style.
Deva Lumpum. Lumpop. Yeah.
So you got these 3 one-shots they've had. The main storyline went on, starring mostly the chick from Game of Thrones. And I realized something. Reading the latest issue of Star Wars, it's like an aftermath issue, although the miniseries is starting going on. This is kind of better. The Star Wars book is starting to get back on track now after this big, colossal fart of a event that happened in the middle, interrupting the main flow. What they really wanted to happen was to introduce Han Solo's ex-girlfriend from the Solo movie, Daenerys Targaryen, into the Star Wars universe. And they have, and she even has a bit of an interaction showdown with Vader at one point. And it occurred to me just now, like, oh shit, that lady's still alive. We're going to get a bunch of movies with Daenerys Targaryen fighting Darth Vader, because all they need is a motherfucker in a suit for that. So that's going to be your new Star Wars. And then also they had a purple-haired Holdo in this as a teenager. So that's why our new Star Wars.
They don't know who purple-haired Holdo is.
Holdo, the chick that ran the thing through the thing in the lightsaber in the Last Jedi.
Jawas versus Ewoks. Why hasn't that happened?
I'll buy that in a second. All right, so you guys tell me, you read IG-88, not IG-11, who was voiced by Taika Waititi in The Mandalorian. Why didn't they make it the same character? I don't know, because they want to blow him up. What do you think, guys?
I'm a little bit biased because I like droids.
Okay.
I always like the droids in Star Wars.
You do?
Yeah, I'm a fan of C-3PO.
What do you think about that weird, that sentient droid civil rights movement they had in that Solo movie? That just sucked. Admit it.
Well, there is a part of IG-88 where he's trying to contemplate like adapting and like human psychology and how he can grow as a droid.
What is love? Does he say that?
But no, it's not that. See, he doesn't give a fuck about that. He's like, he's more about the purpose, and his purpose was to take fucking Darth Vader.
Yeah, and he has.
And he was hired. And he in part of the War of the Bounty Hunters, he was hired to go kill Vader, and they have a face-off.
And Vader just fucks him up. Yeah.
Yeah, all these people did the actual battles are all right.
This picks up right after that. Like
after it just gets.
Right.
Because 2 people in this that are super overpowered throughout this have been Boba Fett and Darth Vader. Darth Vader, no duh, but But anytime there's a super battle, it's just like and then Darth Vader just shoots him in the head and then it's done. But they have a good build up.
And he gets like a trauma from it
because because he's a droid, he's like, I calculated every possibility,
I see.
but curse these wizard powers.
Yeah.
They're a human element that I can't anticipate. So he even has like a flashback, which droids don't have. Like he notes, he's like,
he has like PTSD, I guess,
Right.
like a version of PTSD.
That's cool.
So it's kind of
Yeah.
a cool moment.
PTDD, post-traumatic droid distress
Disorder.
disorder.
right, because he just wants to be the strongest.
Mm.
So his goal now is just like I must kill.
I see.
Yeah.
What did you think about this fucking thing?
It made the character interesting.
Yeah.
You know, I made
It was
jokes
cool.
about IG-88 all the time with my friend who he's a
Boba
drummer.
Fett's in it.
I used to
obviously.
move his fucking drum set all the time, help him on the road, and I used to call it IG-88 because when you fold it up, it looked like I'm like, fuck, I gotta move IG-88.
Yeah, it's basically like an evil cappuccino machine.
Yeah, well, isn't it like the prop builders will tell you
Props.
that
Yeah.
like he was the IG-88's head. If you watch I think the Mos Eisley Cantina, it's the thing in the back that's serving the fucking
They just
drinks.
used it.
Yeah, they just reused it. They were like, fuck it, we just grabbed it, painted it this, and then we put it. So I learned that on Adam Savage's podcast.
In the chat, Julio Valles says, "Fuck my life. I thought it was over." Then he says, "Jawas versus Ewoks. Why hasn't that happened? That's true. Make it happen, Julio, in your backyard with your kids or your friends or your
hire some midgets.
your children's kids. But hire some
That's
midgets.
not. That's very
Julio Valles also
offensive saying
says
that word.
Midget?
Yeah, you can't say it anymore.
What are they gonna do?
You have to say little people.
Also
Yeah,
says
'cause that's
like
better.
Star Wars should steal ideas from Marvel if they did a Secret Wars type story where they all had to duke it out. Jedi's versus Wookiees, Jawas versus Ewoks. They had a video game like that. That's a stupid idea. I think that there's also Disney Marvel Star Wars regime is also pushing this thing called the Droid Gatra, which is they're super into like criminal gangs right now. For some reason,
Yeah.
some editor at Marvel thinks that Star Wars is all about rival criminal
Is
gangs.
it Marvel or what they call the
Story group, somebody
the
either
story
the story group or there's probably some peon editor here, Mark Panacea or something.
Don't we have Boba Fett comes out now in
The Book of
December?
Fett.
Oh right, the Book of
And
Boba
that's
Fett.
all about that. So maybe they're trying to like.
Well, look, we had Jabba the Hutt, right, and he was this gang leader on a corner of a ass backwards planet at Tatooine, and that's fine. But now they're running ideas. So by the point of this War of the Bounty Hunters, the Hutts have a whole sector of the galaxy for some reason when the Empire is supposed to rule all of space. And one of the things that happens is a little showdown between them, kind of. But the Hutts were getting super exaggerated. Like in Episode 1, they did mention that the whole planet was controlled by the Hutts during Episode 1 time. But you assume the Empire came and slapped them around a little or something, and then Jabba has one section. But no, during the Marvel thing, like the Hutts have this whole sector of space. In the High Republic, in fact, they've had a thing going on right now where like to fight the bad guys, the Republic makes an alliance with the Hutts who have a whole
Right.
big ass specter of space and armies and spaceships. I don't know. I think it's too much. It's just one fat guy in the side of the desert.
Well, before you thought it was just Tony Soprano, not a leader of a fucking country, you know?
Yeah, and also the Hutts do slavery and shit. So why is Disney pushing this so much? That whole sector of Star Wars is like controlled by. But anyways, they do have all these criminal gangs, and one of them is a droid gang. I didn't like the thing of the droid. I thought that was jumping the shark in the Solo movie, where you had these droids, this droid chick fighting for droid civil rights and stuff. It's like, no, man. That's part of the fun of Star Wars is that there's this dissonance of like the droids who are our first POV into Star Wars universe is C-3PO and R2 bitching at each other as a throwback to that Kurosawa movie. But they have sentience when they deal with each other. But the humans are always like, fuck you, droids. Get the fuck out of here, droids. We hate your droids. You don't have no rights. You're a droid. And they shut the droids off and they turn them on. If you start going too far with that they have sentience, I feel like it's this wokeness is somehow becoming about Twi'lek and droid rights in Star Wars. And I say, fuck Twi'lek rights and fuck droid rights. Because they're not real things. We don't need to extend...
The Twi'leks are a
You
race.
don't like space French people?
Now they're French. Now the Twi'leks are French, by the way. In all Star Wars, they got French accent. That's great. Which of the aliens have Pakistani accents?
That'd be cool. I would buy that.
Huh?
Get a lot of Pakistanis in outer space. That'd be pretty cool. I can see that happening.
Well, Jabba the Hutt does remind me of
but-
an uncle of mine. But
You know, 'cause don't
It's
you
not a
guys
real
have like?
uncle.
Aren't you guys
It's a
trying to
community
get to the moon or something, or is it India? I forget.
India does too. We don't care about that.
Okay.
Okay, so anyways, the Star Wars, yeah. I mean, that's kind of some of the stuff happening in the Star Wars universe. That was pretty good.
I think I don't know. In argument, I think that was just like a plot mechanic just to get her, like, the feels when they put her in the ship, you know?
That whole
Like,
that Solo
that
story,
was-
man.
I don't think it was like I don't think they were thinking too hard.
You know, there's callbacks now, so they were hardcore trying to incorporate the Solo movie into the the comics. And in this issue in particular, there's a pretty interesting talk between Kira, Daenerys Targaryen, Emilia Clarke's character, and Leia, about Han and their relationship with him. And there's a flashback to when they grew up. If you read the prequel novel to Solo called Most Wanted, it's fucking miserable. I hate that Solo movie because they made him a slave of this worm lady. He's like David Copperfield. It was everything you didn't want Han Solo's fucking childhood to be. And he doesn't have a last name. His name isn't even Solo. He's like Han Jefferson or some shit. His dad's some guy that you don't know who he is. And then he's like, I don't have a dad. But then later him and Lando are talking to the ship like, your dad sucked in mine too. Who the fuck is that? Who is this guy now? Where's my Star Wars? But they are working it in this one, and I thought it was pretty interesting. They're setting up Kira as a very interesting figure in Star Wars, which makes me think they might want to have bigger plans for her, because she's making certain statements. She's the head of Crimson Dawn,
Right.
and she said certain things like, I got a bigger plan. And now the next big event is coming in December, which is Crimson Reign, so we'll see how the fuck that plays out. But this has a pretty...
That has to take place before Return of the Jedi, right?
Yeah. Now, one really interesting thing is, I have pretty much all the Star Wars comics now because I'm the fucking Thanos of fucking Star Wars nerds. There are
Bruno
remarkably...
Valley made a comment that you might know.
That
We already saw that.
No.
Another one?
Is Lando? It's
the woke robot was Lando's sex robot.
Yeah, and she is technically part of the Millennium Falcon now. They have not dealt with it since. They kind of said she's dead at the end of that movie. And she has yet to. If they fucking have that bitch's voice come out of the Millennium Falcon at some point as the Kit voice, I'm going to be fucking mad as shit. So far, they haven't done it. She's just there. Lando talks. Lando is in the Falcon. So we are in a period right now between Empire Strikes Back and Return of the Jedi in this weird time warp Star Wars fucking experience. Which there are very few stories in that time period. If you go back to the Dark Horse days, the only story done was Shadows of the Empire, and then there were very few stories set and very few novels set. So like my collection has all these comics between A New Hope and Empire, all these prequel shits, all this stuff after Return of the Jedi. Very few. So we're in uncharted territory. Let's see what they do with that shit. But it looks like I think they could even make movies in this period using these.
So a lot of the Vader comics too are interesting that take place in between.
Yeah, there's been a couple of clips and
develop
stuff
him,
I've seen from the Vader comics,
especially the ones that take place before Empire, because they develop him a little bit more, and then now these that come out after, that he's revealed to Luke that he's just his son or whatever.
Yeah, so this is a period where he knows that
goes into his trauma of like, oh shit, I really had kids.
I just hope they don't fucking get too fucking, pardon my French, gay. No offense, gay people. I love you. I hope they don't get too gay with fucking Darth Vader though, and his feelings and his emotions and shit. He's Darth Vader, man. He's a fucking terrible Frankenstein, horrible monster.
Well, he already.
I don't need. He's
you already see him like kind of. He kills the Emperor. Like
that's later. That gets ruined if he doesn't. That's a turn at the end. That's the heel turn at the end, anti-heel turn. He should not have any fucking good. They did one thing though. They had him spare Sabe, which by the way, there's a series of 3 novels about Amidala's handmaidens. They're actually very good. They treat them like fucking Charlie's Angels.
Really?
And yeah, and it's pretty good. And if they wanted to get Keira Knightley back,
I was gonna say Keira Knightley,
and have her do a whole Sabe adventure shit, I'll watch that. But then they made her kind of a lesbian because they gotta make everything gay nowadays. You get that hot Keira Knightley action. Anyway, so anyway, this was pretty good. This issue's pretty good. The bounty hunters, whatever. The robot man is floating around in fucking space. He's fighting people. Darth Vader's fighting him. He's gonna kill everybody. But I got more to say. Away!
Anyway, as always, the Star Wars Minute is never a minute.
What? That was a minute. I did it on Parsec.
Let's do some.
If you want some Christmas, early Christmas, Stranger Things definitely.
That was not bad.
It's very good. Yeah, it's good art. they characterize the characters really good. I liked it. And it's written very well.
Yeah, like if
to the
you're
characters.
hungering for
Yeah,
Stranger
if you
Is Stranger
can't
Things
wait
coming back?
For 4, yeah.
They're filming
Yeah,
it.
they're making it
And
for
then
it,
those kids
yeah.
are like, they're supposed to be 14 and they're big as
Yeah.
fuck and shit.
It doesn't like super influence the show in any way, but it's a little canon. Christmas
If you want a
movie.
really good
Yeah.
one shot, Batman, Superman, The Authority, really good one shot. Kind of goes into the Superman Authority that he put together. The whole team. First time Midnighter and Batman meet. Batman really trades words with that fucker. It was really cool. Batman Adventure continues issue. What is this? Issue 6, season 2.
What a
issue
great
6.
book! The best book being produced.
This is probably the better
It
Batman
is,
book. This is
yeah.
part 2 of a story. There's gonna be a part 3. It's really cool. It's like watching the
If
show
you're
all
into
over
the
again.
vibe of the old show, yeah.
Yeah,
It's
Yellow
written by the
March
same
Laura. It's as John says, it's a chick book.
You see, we're agreeing.
No, I don't agree with
No,
it.
but they got some sex and stuff in it. They got some
stuff
There's some butts and
everything
boobs
else.
in there.
But I think it's it's all right.
It's a chick
I
book.
think it was like it's just not a superhero book. That's all it is. It's just a different book, you know. And then Sheena, Queen of the Jungle.
I liked it.
Awesome cover art,
It's got the T and the A.
Keep it simple.
Yeah.
That
And
was
then
my motto.
finally, Darkhawk number. What is this? 3? Number 3. How's Darkhawk?
Pretty
treating you?
good. It's their latest new young teen hero from Marvel. If you like the Miss Marvel that they
Ricky
did
Newton is
recently.
asking, is that Stranger Thing number 2? Sorry about that.
Oh, no problem. Stranger Things was that number 2? It's a one shot, isn't it?
It's a one
It's
shot.
a one
yeah.
shot.
It's a one shot, baby.
Yeah.
I'll put it
Takes
in there.
place
There
after
is no
3.
number 2. Yeah, Darkhawk's pretty cool. It's a new young hero. Similar, a little bit edgier than the
There's
Miss
a one
Marvel.
shot, Rick. I can put it in your pool.
But if you like Miss Marvel, if you like the new Latin Ghost Rider, if you like the new Latin Nova, if you like the new who's new heroes that Marvel's been introducing, it was another one that reminded me of. But yeah, you know he's fighting people and he rips his head off at one point in that book. That's pretty cool. They're exploring what the powers are. And it's alright. It's an edgier take on a new young. I've seen they have a similar pattern when they're developing these new heroes.
Yeah.
They're not fucking it up so far.
All right. Sweet. All right, I'll put that in there. I want to thank Andre Labrada here.
Hey!
With a gun. Okay.
Welcome back to my YouTube channel.
What the fuck was that, John? At least it was a YouTube channel. I thought I was going somewhere else. I was like, yeah.
Oh.
Somebody's poured up his eyes.
Sorry about that. I went to clap.
Oh, Daddy, I'm squeezing so hard. Ah, gushing.
That's what happens when you clap. Sorry.
Yeah.
I'll do the one-handed
All
clap.
right, I want to thank Andre Labrada for being here. Thanks everybody who tuned in and everything else. FWACATA Sadiki for the Star Wars Minute.
Ricky Newton's the winners for today.
Yeah, I already said that. I already said it. Yeah, so Ricky Newton, you got it. Next week we'll have more. We'll be back Tuesday with a new comic book claim sale. Again, if you guys want any more answers or anything else, get on the Discord. Go to the website, get on the Discord. Follow us on Instagram. Tell people about shit. We're gonna be doing
gaming.
something. What?
The gaming shop, the event.
Gaming and shop. You're gonna get all the gaming shop on the event. I'm losing my voice. Thank you guys. I'll see you next week on Tuesday. Hey! Kermit gang. You have to do the Kermit gang.
Gang. Turn it off.
No, I like the
Turn
music.
it off, for God's sake.
The
turn it
music
off.
gotta go to the end. I can't do it. My anal compulsion won't let me do it.
Anal compulsion?
Yes.
Is anal compulsive?
Yes.